When the British Parliament passed the Anti-Slavery Act in 1833, one man in Leicestershire must have been jubilant. Thomas Babington of Rothley was a close friend of William Wilberforce and had worked on the bill with him, often at his own home. They knew that they had only won the first battle. There were still slaves on the American plantations, and slavery was still legal in most of the world. But here in the United Kingdom, it was banned for good. How distressed he would have been if he had known that nearly 200 years on, there would be more slaves in the world than he had ever known, and at least 136,000 of them would be in the UK. Modern day slavery is all around us. We probably meet or speak with a victim several times a week. They may serve us in a cafe, do our nails, wash our car, answer our telephone calls, or cold call us in a call centre. They could be working on a building site up the road, caring for an elderly relative, either in a care home or in their own home, or working on a farm harvesting our vegetables. They are hidden from view, yet all around us. Modern slaves are people who have been targeted and exploited by criminal gangs. Many have been approached, possibly at a hostel, outside a job centre, in a pub, or on the street. A report in 2019 mentioned that 7% were recruited in places of worship. Some are men and women who, having fallen on hard times, trusted a so-called friend. Addicts are always vulnerable and easily controlled because of their need for drugs or alcohol. 47% of the victims answered a job advert. They come from every part of the world, but in Leicestershire, a significant number are UK citizens. They are always vulnerable people who live in fear of violence or even of their lives. In the Old Testament, God spoke to his people about how they should treat the vulnerable, including slaves in their communities. He does not see the slave as a commodity, but as a person. As Christians, we know that by his death on the cross, Jesus saved us from slavery, the slavery of sin. In John 15:15, he tells us that he calls us friends, not servants or slaves. In Hebrews 13, we are told not to forget to entertain strangers, to remember those in prison as if we were fellow prisoners, and those who are ill-treated as if we ourselves were suffering. And in 1 Peter 2:10, once you were not a people, now you are the people of God. Once you had not received mercy, now you have received mercy. We are free. We rejoice as the people of God, but there are at least 136,000 people in this country who need to be freed and who need to know that they are loved and valued.